try!
Update on a couple of injuries, Jack Dempsey, Rory Arnold and Jermaine Ainsley.
There's a few, isn't there? So, yeah, well, Jack Dempsey has had a nasty injury yesterday, like going in, bridging over the ball, trying to get a steal. So he probably, it can be, we'll get sorted out before he has to start Super Rugby next year. So, but unfortunately he's torn, I think, 2 tendon off the bone there from the hamstring. So he hasn't torn the hamstring per se, just the 2 tendons there. So he'll have to have an operation. Rory's going to need an operation to reattach a muscle off his. We thought it was a cork early on, but it turns out that it's a muscle tear in the front of his quad there. So he'll have to get another little op done on that. And Jermaine Ainsley will need an operation done on his ankle. He's got a syndesmosis injury, so he's had a couple of repeats this year without any op. So doctors decided that it's the best thing that way. That will get him back in the time to start Super Rugby as well.
A few opportunities for others then. Development players first up, Jack Maddox and also Liam Wright. What's impressed you about those?
Yeah, well, I think Liam Wright, I've been watching him a bit in NRC, and he just has got that look about him that he's a genuine footballer, and he's still got a fair bit of development to do, I'd say, but he impressed me during the week, and I think he got the Under-20s Player of the Year as well during the week, which was very coincidental. And then, I just think it'd be a great experience for him and good for us to have some more youth. I think that was a great thing we did last year. We had a few more last year because we had more games, but and then of course Jack Maddox, the players I've been looking at for a couple of years now through the 20s. He's got a bit of X factor. I think he's shown quality in the matches he's played in Super Rugby this year, and I felt that the backfield now with Israel not being here gives us an opportunity to get a young fella blooded.
Then a couple of 2 bolters, genuine bolters at lock in Matt Phillip and Blake Enover. Talk us through those selections.
Yeah, well, obviously with losing Ryder earlier on in the year, and then earlier on in these recent months, and then losing Rory Arnold as well, and now Luke Kantui, who has been picked, he won't be available for games 1 and 2 at this stage because of his hamstring. I felt that we had 2 ways it could have gone. We could have gone with some of the tried and tested that we've had before. But I wanted to give opportunities to new guys. I think Phillip, the improvement he has made from the start of the season to now, and he's a different type of profile. He's a worker. He's got a bit of aggro about him as well, and I think that it's a really great opportunity for him. And Enover, very athletic guy. I think a lot of potential for us to work on there. He's still young enough. I think he's only 25, 26. So I just thought about, it was only 18 months ago or so when Coleman came in the team, and he was just on the fringes and the edges as well. And he's made a huge impact since he's been there, and I think we should give the chance to discover someone else when we have the opportunity. 4
games left for the season. Next stop, Japan. Obviously the goal would be to finish 4 straight wins. It's an important fixture here in Japan. First ever time we've taken a test match there. I'm sure you'd want to be showing a message 2 years out from World Cup.
Huge. It's nearly 2 years to the day. I think the World Cup finals on November 2nd. We'll be playing on November 4th. I just think that something about the World Cup further down the road is momentum, and when you've got a place you love to be. I think now since the last game we've loved going back to, since the last World Cup we've loved being in Twickenham. You get that feeling that you've been there before, and that's where the final will be played at Yokohama. Japan have got a very good team. We'll be very clearly running our top team all the way through now. We want to make sure that we keep our eye on the rankings as well. We've been able to push forward a little bit now, and we want to make sure that we keep doing that. And it's going to be a big battle. They've knocked over some big scalps. They've had a match against the World 15 yesterday. I'm not quite sure how it went, and they've obviously done that in preparation for our game. And I think that it's going to be a big atmosphere, and it's a great experience for our lads. And hopefully, giving them a break, some of the guys a break yesterday, will put them in good stead to perform really well first game up.